Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope your day is doing good. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. We got to talk about something. This is kind of a big deal. Okay. And we just got to get straight into this mess. There's a lot of things that are going on right now out here in these streets. People are talking about this at great lengths right now. A lot of people are asking a lot of questions about this as well. Yeah, hold on. I'm pausing the music really quick because I need to say something. I told you. Moving on. We got some things going on here, and we got to talk about this. This is big, okay? Or this is potentially big. I got some theories about what's going on here. We're going to be talking about this, and we're going to talk about this as a family because we need to, okay? Because I could have easily done this as a live or as a pop-up and all that and just give you guys the news, but I was like, nah, we need to talk about this as a family. Some serious issues going down, and there's some things getting unearthed right now. They're talking about what I said just a few days ago. I'm not kidding. The last Diddy video that I did live with you guys, I talked at great lengths saying some ish about to go down, and it looks like it's just getting started. Okay? Started with Cassie, and it's all going to be trickling down very fast. It's not going to go down slow like molasses. It's going to go fast. And it's going to be so fast, it's going to make our heads spin, okay? I'm just saying it right now. I said again, I told you, get ready for it. It's about to get crazy. So do me a favor before we get into everything, okay? Do me a solid, hit that like button down below, okay? If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to hit that follow button. Hit that reaction button down below, okay? That'd be greatly appreciated. So I know that you're here. All right, and a part of this conversation. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Let people know that this show is on live. We got a lot to look at. We got one big video that we got to look at. We're going to be reacting to. Okay, we got a lot to talk about as a family. So please let people know that the party has started. We're about to get started with this conversation, and the water's just fine. So share. If you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to share this as well. But hit that follow button on my Facebook page if this is your first time checking out this channel right here, okay? That'd be greatly appreciated. We got a lot to get into, but please also, if you want to support the channel, you appreciate the stuff I'm giving you guys, the information and all that ish, everything from true crime all the way down to pop culture, please be sure to hit that join button. Consider becoming a family member. That would be greatly appreciated. It keeps all these lights on, okay? And these lights aren't cheap. There's a lot of lights on that tree. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this. Got to get all that stuff out the way. All right, check out my latest Christmas song. I can't wait for Christmas. Please go check it out. Download it, put it into your holiday mix. I'd really appreciate it. Okay. Anyway, we got to get into some things. Okay, guys, we got a lot to talk about, and this is pretty crazy. Here it is, guys. We have an actor by the name of Christian Keys that is now speaking out. And he is saying that, well, one, I want to say that my heart goes out to him. Reason why I say my heart goes out to him is because in this video, which we will be watching here in its entirety in just a little bit, he talks about what he experienced being an actor in Hollywood and how he has been SH'd and SA'd, okay, by a very powerful Hollywood man. Now, there's a lot of speculation on certain names and certain individuals, but I personally cannot say out loud who that person is because he does not say their name. he's alleging, he alludes to certain aspects by talking about certain characteristics in this particular person, but he does not say the name. People are speculating that it could be someone that is highly revered and highly respected, okay, in the industry, especially in Black culture, especially in Black film. But there has been no confirmation of that. I want to make that abundantly clear because I've been seeing a lot of people. There's a lot of other people that are putting out this kind of content, talking about this particular thing, because this is a bombshell, y'all. This is big. This is the reason why I was like, I'm going to hop on live. I'm going to talk about it with you guys because this is a big, big story. But everyone's just saying a name. And I'm going, do we know that for sure? He doesn't say a name. And I have a theory on why he doesn't name names. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But Christian Keys, he's an actor. In fact, I'm going to pull up his resume. Just so we could see it ourselves, right? Let's see. And this is on from actors. Let's see. Okay. One thing I want to say, he's done a bunch of movies. Okay. Let me show this to you guys. Hold on real quick. Thank you guys so much for coming in on this Saturday. It really does mean a lot. Welcome, welcome, welcome to every single last one of y'all. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking. Okay. So don't forget to hit that like button down below. We're gonna be looking at this video very shortly, but I just wanted to share with you guys. For example, he's done a buttload of movies. Okay. The Preacher's Son, the Man in 3B, Black Coffee. I mean, Fast and Furious 4, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He's Mine, Not Yours. Madea Goes to Jail. Okay. Bunch of television. All the Queen's Men. All Rise. Reasonable Doubt. DC Legends of Tomorrow. The Boys. Supernatural. In Contempt. Love by the 10th Date. And so on. Another one from BET is Let's Stay Together. Okay. And he was a series regular on a bunch of them. He had recurring roles on others. And, some he was the lead. Then in theater, and let me just blow this up. I'm sorry, guys. I know some of y'all looking at this on a iPhone 3. Okay. But it says here, theater. Let me just make that abundantly clear. Okay. He did a bunch of plays alongside Tyler Perry. So Madea Goes to Jail, What's Done in the Dark, and so on. Okay. And I'm sure there's a slew of other people or other plays and movies he doesn't even have credited on this resume on Actors Access. Okay. But he is a known actor. Okay. Good looking man, really in really great shape and all that. Okay. But he put up something, which of course I'm going to share with you guys in just a second. So I'm going to share this piece with you guys so you guys can see this, because I'm going to play the video for you guys in a little bit. But this Spiritual World did a really good job at saying a little synopsis here on the side, which I'm going to read to you guys here, okay? And then he says, sending thoughts and support to actor Christian Keys, who bravely shared something deeply personal on Instagram Live last night. It's clear that he's been carrying a heavy burden in his heart and spirit. He alleges, and I'm going to be using code words, guys, just so that you guys know. He alleges that he has endured years of SH and SA by an individual in the entertainment industry. He refrained from mentioning any specific details or specific individuals, but he did recount a number of deeply disturbing and emotionally challenging anecdotes. He once recounted a tale of indulging in 5 glasses of Hennessy before retiring to his guest room. A man unexpectedly entered his room and attempted to join him in bed. Christian swiftly pushed the man away. The man offered an apology, attributing his actions to the influence of alcohol. However, instead of a handshake, he says more. Okay? Instead of a handshake, something else happened. We're going to be listening and watching the video here in just a minute. But again, this man is saying, I'm going to pull this up here right now. Okay? But this man is saying that this guy was offering him a large sum of money for him to get down to his birthday suit. Okay. Like I said, we got to look at this video. We're going to take a look at this again. It is very, very heartbreaking, in my personal opinion. Okay, come on. There it is. One thing for sure is that this is a very long video. All right. I just want to make it abundantly clear. This is a very, 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 very long video. Okay. Mimi, thank you so much for being a member for the past 15 months. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Much love and a big hug for you, Pascal, and one especially for Debbie. Of course, yes, Debbie, of course, for all the mods as well, holding it down. I really do appreciate it, okay? And thank you so much for your support. All right? But come on. Okay. So I want to make this abundantly clear. First off, he says a lot in this video, okay? And we're going to be looking at we're going to be watching it, okay? We're really going to be watching this mug. I'll be interjecting. I'll be putting in my 2 cents here and there, but we will be watching this all together. Now, just so y'all who are late to the party, let me express my. Let me just say this. He does speak on a lot of aspects of things that I think that we should be very sensitive about. Okay. He does talk about doing having unthinkable thoughts in his mind, how he's going through some really tough times in this particular moment right now because of the information that he has. Also, I want to say this too. He allegedly is saying, or he is alleging, he is saying that he has recordings of moments with this particular powerful individual that he's willing to put out here for everyone to see, but he hasn't done it yet. Again, we're going to be looking and listening to this video. He talks about certain things, full on T-dubs, okay, with this whole thing, because what he's talking about is tough. And if what he's alleging is true, I can understand his depression and how he's upset right now. So let's take a look at this. Like I said, it's a long video. It's a long one. So sit back, grab your coffee, get comfortable, hit that like button, okay? Hit that subscribe button if you can. I'd love to get the likes past 200 likes, okay, if you appreciate this. And the other thing too, I was going to say this, but my train of thought went totally another direction. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because this is a bombshell. This is bombshell information. What I was telling you guys before about how it's like some ish is about to go down. Some information is about to come out about what's going on in Hollywood and all that. Some very, very bad people are going to get exposed. This is the start of it. So what I said was not wrong. Now, whether this is true or not, I do not know. Okay. What he's alleging, I don't know if it's true. But at the same time, this is still shocking information that I feel that we all should know, because we always hear like, oh, weird stuff goes down, right? But we never really hear people talk about it, how, the casting couch and all that stuff. Those things do actually exist, y'all. As much as we think that that's just, you know, urban legend type ish, no, that stuff is very real. Very, very real. And now this guy is starting to expose that kind of ish because, oh, you want to get this role? You want to do this, this, and this? Boom. He's sitting there going, oh, nah. A lot of these people are throwing some stuff at people. You see what I'm saying? Just so that they can get the job. You see what I'm saying? It's sad. We saw that with HW, Harvey. Okay. We heard about that with Harvey. And there's plenty of other people. Weinstein. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Mimi, thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate it. Yes, Pascal, much love for all the mods and all fan burgers. Thank you so much. Okay. Without further ado, let's rock and roll. Make sure to hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this. Again, I feel bad for this guy. Real talk.
Let me cut the TV down. It don't need to be this loud. What's going on, y'all? I want to talk to you about some stuff. And it's been on my heart, so I want to speak on it. All right. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing amazing. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11:11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see 11:11, I try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes.
Uh-oh.
Some of them are people who y'all like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that.
Sorry, I'm going to be pausing you periodically throughout this, okay? But I'm gonna say this really quick, okay? One thing that I do appreciate about what he's saying, what he's like, you should take the scenic route instead of that straight shot through. He basically saying like, all right, because there are offers on the table, like he just said earlier. There are offers of like, hey, why don't you show up and you do a little of this for me, I'll make sure you get a little of this. You see what I'm saying? These gatekeepers to the brass ring, these gatekeepers to an opportunity for success, right? To become the next Will Smith. I know he's not the best name to use right now, but Will Smith status, right? That the Black Tom Cruise, because Will Smith is the Black Tom Cruise. Let's keep it a buck, or at least he was until the slap, right? So even getting to that opportunity, he's even saying, take the scenic route. Don't go for that. Don't go straight to that gatekeeper, because that gatekeeper is going to ask you to do something. You're going to have to basically sell your soul for that success, rather than taking the righteous path, taking that scenic route and getting the success you rightfully deserve in a cleaner way, right? And we've talked about this in other shows. The last Diddy Live that we talked, I said, yo, some things are about to get unearthed. Some truths are going to be coming out. They're going to be blowing everybody's minds. But on some real stuff, there's going to be some other pieces here that we're going to realize, man, this is a lot deeper and it's a lot more messed up than we actually realize. And some of these people that we love and admire, not only are ones that also had to go through the gatekeepers in that same way, but you're also going to realize those heroes that you cherish, that you post on your wall, right? You put up on the pedestal. Your kids are buying their action figurines and all that stuff. You feel me? Are those gatekeepers that are doing these dirty, nasty things as well. That's why I'm trying to say, like, this is crazy. And I'm not one of those guys that's like conspiracy illuminated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of guy. But I do know that Hollywood is disgusting, has a gross side. But I'm going to tell you the same thing, though. When it comes to the corporate world, when it comes to politics, when it comes to all that stuff, it's the same ish. There's a deep, dark, nasty underbelly that's going on in all these cultures, for lack of a better term. Okay, they all have these gatekeepers that are just gross, and we all hold them up so high. They just haven't been exposed yet. Moving on.
At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 2005.
Here we go.
Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime.
It's a crime.
Attempted sexual assault is a felony.
It's a crime. Yes. Let's not forget that, guys. NDAs, they always sit there and they go, oh, yeah, you know, I got this NDA and I signed the NDA. I can't talk about nothing. No, if they committed a crime on you or you witnessed a crime, you could start talking. NDA is obsolete, baby. After that, it's not like it's not like you're taking that to the grave for the rest of your life. Speak up. You F the NDA. You see what I'm saying? F it. F it. Oh, dear Lord. Hold on. Let me get these super chats really quick before they disappear. Thank you so much, Mimi, for the 2. Oh, I already said this one. My bad. Where's that? Laura Strada. Thank you so much for the 5. Pascal, these last 2 lives have been heavy and transparent. Yes. Yes. You know, we need to have these conversations. You know what I mean? We need to have these conversations. And, you know, when I hear something like this, and I know it may not be something that everybody's interested in, but then at the same time, I feel like this is important, you know. And like I said, I'm not a channel that's all about conspiracy stuff and, you know, wearing the tinfoil hat or anything like that. I'm not trying to say, you know, change. I'm not trying to take this down that route. I'm just saying, I think Cassie is inspiring a lot of other people. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Cassie obviously exposed Diddy. Let's keep it a buck. Diddy's career and his image, everything is destroyed. He's an absolute monster now. That's what he's looked at now. But she came out and she said those things. The 35-page legal documents that were filed said a lot about who Diddy is and how he moves around in these streets. He's a very dangerous individual. Now that she's kicked that door open on Diddy, I think it's also inspired other people to step forward and say, hey, no. It wasn't just, it's not just Diddy that's a monster. There's other people out here that are monsters as well. And now we're hearing that right now. Now, one thing I will say, I commend this man because he's a man. I hate to say that. I'm not trying to be rude, but that, just to keep it 100, to keep it a buck, it's really hard for men to step forward and talk about these things because we are instantly looked at and are gawked at, laughed at, pointed at. We are the butt of jokes and all that. We become emasculated as soon as an individual steps forward and speaks out about their tragic experience. This man has gone through some things, at least that's what he's alleging. And this takes a lot of balls, man. This takes a lot of guts to step forward and talk about these things. Okay. Thank you, Mimi. Of course, I love you too back. Okay. I love you guys, all you guys. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Without you guys, there'd be no conversation. So let's continue on. But like I said, he is saying, take the scenic route. Don't do the easy way around because it's going to be detrimental. Not only just to your integrity, but also to your mental health and possibly your body too. Shoot, just saying.
And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as Black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the very people we deify. And we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this. And my only reservation about naming the people, you know, there was directors along the way like, hey, you know, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. You know if I can handle that or not. You know I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that
crazy, y'all.
I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. I want to speak on it. And the good news is,
I want him on the show so bad.
They don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that shit out because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, man, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves, and the way that, you know, predators resent the prey that gets away. So when you don't say yes, when you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce and, you know, sign up and literally and figuratively play ball, because we're not doing that, they resent you. This is a conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have soon, because it bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive people. That's one thing. But yeah, P, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal. He knows the who. I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay. I have peace. I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. You know, I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in the bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. I don't get out like that. And these people kept on for years. Sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live.
Do like Russell Simmons and do 9. I'm just going to say that. If you get what I'm saying, then you might chuckle. Let's move on.
And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man. But I think it's time. I want to, and I know, P, I know you're on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but.
I mean, but could it be? Could it be though? I mean, I'm not. Listen. Let me just keep it a buck with y'all, because I was gonna say earlier that this dude is playing 4D chess right now. That's what I think. He said, "Oh, I already got a lot of things in motion. There's like 8 things that I got planned out, so on and so forth." And I'm not sitting here saying that he doesn't want. I'm not sitting here saying that he's trying to get financials from this person, some financial justice, but isn't he though? I mean, what makes you? Why wouldn't you see what I'm saying? Like I said, I have questions on when he says, "Oh, I waited for the statutes of limitations to run out." I'm not sitting here saying that his decisions are wrong. I understand it takes a long time to process certain things, and maybe it was Cassie. Maybe it was that lawsuit, the Diddy lawsuit and all that inspired him to finally say, you know what, F this, I need to step forward. I need to talk this thing out. But I do think that there's a reason why he's sitting here and saying what he's saying live. And it's a multi-layered thing, right? It's not only just him saying it to maybe ruffle the feathers of his actual his actual assailant, the person who did the crime on him. But I also think it's, of course, to protect him, because if he was to suddenly disappear tomorrow, we'd all know something happened, right? Something sinister happened to him. So that's another thing of just like making sure he's safe. But there's another piece, because he doesn't, like, we're going to be listening to the whole thing, but he doesn't go and say, hey, this is what happened to me. These people did this, this, and this to me. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't name any names, and it burns the question: why didn't he? Why isn't he? This is something to think about. Is it because he's going, you know what? I'd love for you to just give me a couple mil, and I won't say not one damn name. But if I don't get what I want, I'm gonna start squawking, and I'm dropping names. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people are thinking that this is TP. I mean, it could be so many different, it could be so many people. It could be, shoot, it could be anybody in the game that's made movies with him or has done plays with him and all that. I don't know. I mean, obviously the easy choice is the T-Man, okay? But I am curious. He's not saying any names, and I'm wondering why not. But at the same time, I get it. Maybe he's waiting for his Oprah call. Maybe he's waiting for a call from Oprah. You know what I mean? I'm leaning towards one person as well. Let me just keep it a buck. I am leaning pretty hard at one particular person, but he doesn't say their name. So I got questions. And I hope it's not that person. Okay. I really hope in my heart, like, really, I hope it's not. Okay. I really hope it's not. But sure, there's some names, and you're right. The list is pretty short, but there are still names. You know what I mean? It's not just one. But let me just continue with this.
I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual.
Hold on one second. I'm really, really sorry. One thing, Natasha Ski, thank you so much. Or Natasha Ski, thank you so much for this. Why speak out and put a target on you if you aren't going to say it? That's what I don't understand. And I agree. That's the part I'm still trying to understand too. Because he says, oh, I'm here to, I'm not here for financials. It's not about money. So then why aren't you just saying it in a way? Does that make sense? Okay. And again, everyone needs to process what they need to process in their own time. And I'm not trying to shame him or anything of that sort at all. But I do wonder, you go live, you put this stuff out, you say it's in your heart, you got to say these things, and you say what you say, right? You say what you said. But then I'm like, okay, I get you. But you're not saying any names. But then on top of it, you're saying, I don't want monies. So, okay, if it's not criminal justice, you know what I mean? Like, if this person is not going to get locked up, what justice are you trying to get? Because the only choice you got, from what I understand, is financial. Statutes of limitations is gone, right? But he's doing what he needs to do from what I'm seeing, I guess. This live is just a little misleading. That's all.
I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 grand to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined because, again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else. So he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. And I had told him over and over. And he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I could protect myself. Because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work.
Let me say something really quick. And then I'm gonna play like a big chunk of this here. I ain't never seen like I have never witnessed in my life anyone that desperate to see another person in their birthday suit to the point where they're like, "Man, I'll give you $100,000. Just let me see you in your birthday suit. Let me just see the D." I ain't never seen that in my life ever. I'm sorry, never. Like that person's that desperate. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's not true, but that's pretty wild. Man, I will give you $100,000, bro. That's crazy. Sorry, that's just crazy. You know, there's websites for that, aren't there? Aren't there? So, you know, and it's free for the most part. So what? Like, what? $100,000 to get in your birthday suit? That's insane. That's insane. Okay. That's insane. Okay. Okay. I just needed to get that out of my system because I heard that. I was like, who would go and go, I'll risk everything, even my life, just to see you naked. Like that's just crazy. Here's a whole stack. I mean, just say you can see that ish online. So why? Why? Anyway, let's continue. I'm gonna shut up for a little while. Here we go.
I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's
Oh,
offering
wow.
me $100,000 to strip.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. He says, you'll hear his voice and know exactly who it is. Exactly. That's crazy.
You'll know right away and it'll break your heart.
Oh,
I won't have to say the person's name,
of course not.
but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad.
You mean an actor?
And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you.
Didn't I just say that a couple days ago? Okay.
I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for offering me 100 grand a strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air because I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, it's if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful, be clear, that this person showed me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps and church hugs. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they get daps and church hugs. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge and when I built something and when I created something.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, Purnell. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because I know you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow, and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on if you gonna have. Woo!
Oh, I got so much to say right now.
We're gonna have a conversation, y'all, really soon. Really, really soon.
Just do it now, bro. Dang.
Really soon. And I thank God that he made me the way that I am, because I know he sat back and watched, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's gonna make 60, 70, $80 million? Are you gonna take this picture? Are you gonna go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I'm been beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired. And it needs to be told. And the bad part is I'm gonna be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm going to be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person.
Oh, damn. You know exactly who this person is. I'm sorry. It's a wrap.
And then if a person
Oh,
tells
my
you
Lord.
over and over, first of all, in general, you have no right to touch anybody. None.
Period. Facts.
Now, that's why I'm careful. Like when I do my shows and everything, you know, it's church hugs. I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And I'm trusting that, you know, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora, uterus. It's just wonderful over here. So I'm going to stay over here, like, chill. And then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you.
I think he's going to be auditioning for a role as a gynecologist, because he just broke down the whole lady parts. Like he just literally just went down. I don't mean it like that. But he literally just listed everything about the female happy place. Interesting. Just very interesting. But it is really messed up. I know what he's trying to say. Like he's straight. guys. He likes the ladies. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Cassie speaking out has given me,
Here we go.
has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years. But her speaking out, people need to know. And
like I said, Cassie.
the funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. They resent the prey that got away, the prey that didn't fold, the prey that didn't acquiesce and say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah. That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan, 08, 09, because work was slow and the work that was coming was offered with a side of penis. And
he really had to go there.
yeah, that don't do nothing for me.
I don't want to go there.
I'm batting for your team. So, yeah, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive. And I want to empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, and why I almost too aggressively speak up is because I wasn't brave enough to then. And I regret not being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part of me that wasn't strong enough to speak up about it. It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online, put all the paperwork and the PDFs online. There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the time-stamped recording of him offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, you know, I'm not into that. I don't fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend. And this definitely has nothing to do with my brother who's in here. Be clear. I thought this person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously throw these opportunities, you know good and damn well, all it ever was you pretending to be a mentor, trying to get some ass. That'll never happen. I don't bat for that team. Yeah, but I gotta get off of here and talk to my brother, because I'm so fucking close to just airing everything out. I'm just dumping everything online in the morning. I'm tired, man. I'm not forgiving myself. I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't brave enough back then because somebody said, forgive yourself. KG, It's heavy on my heart, man, and I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators. I'm not blaming myself for saying no. I'm not blaming myself for almost quitting acting. I'm just mad at me for not being brave enough to say something sooner. That's the only thing that I regret. I wish I'd have been brave enough. I'm him now. I know who I am. I know who God built me to be, and I'm not afraid of those consequences. My concern is that a lot of y'all are gonna be like, man, and your immediate reaction is gonna be like, oh, well, we gotta protect our deity. We gotta protect it. It's gonna have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But yeah, you get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room
Oh, here we go.
because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bent, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where.
A freak off?
I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment.
Damn. He was trying to grab the hammer?
And you spaz even more.
The hell?
Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck what the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again.
Come on, man.
Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person's face. Like beating the dog shit out of this person, right? Because that's available to me at all times. That inner grizzly bear is always available, but in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I mean, of course.
And but you got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3,000 in my bank account. Who they gonna believe?
That's
right. I got that $3,000. That's my son's
sure.
mom's rent for next month. Got to make sure little man's taken care of. That's my rent, and that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it I can go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs and mustard, and I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming it had penis attached to it. I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm about to do.
It's crazy. This is
I regret
crazy.
not speaking up then.
Not
Being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person because I got a big heart. Mother had a big heart. Mother's heart was just big, slim issue. She was like a little yellow boy. You finna come, and you gonna be a part of my family. And I always try to think about things, and not lash out, even though I wanted to, even though I want to.
This is Terrible.
I'm mad at me for not hitting him. I'm mad at me for not speaking up and saying something. Because between that year and now, how many young Black actors have fell for that? How many of them? And you can hear him say it on. You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him say,
all right, Chihuahua,
that he has several guys, multiple guys on payroll, 6 figures a year, that pop up and they do whatever he wants and they go back home.
Oh, just a
So
bunch
they pop in, they grab their ankles, they do whatever he wants. And I'm like, I'm not finna fucking do that. I'm not
bunch
doing
of
that.
jump
I don't want
offs.
to make it that bad. I want to be able to shave in the fucking morning without any grief or any regret or any shame waiting for me in the mirror.
All right, Chihuahua.
There's a trauma that comes with being bullied and intimidated and sexually harassed like that. And the bad part is when the truth comes out, a lot of y'all in here gonna be like, man,
hamburger,
I don't believe it. And you can watch me on whatever news station. I'll take polygraphs live on TV. You can hear the recordings yourself. Person has a very distinctive voice when they offer me $100 grand to take my clothes off. Person has a very distinctive voice when they literally sexually assault me and try to grab my private parts, and I'm blocking their hand like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, my bad, and tries to do it again. Some of these people are y'all heroes. Some of these people y'all have deified and set up on a stool or on a stoop.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's taking everything in me not to say. But I promise you this. I will promise you this. As an executive on the show, I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be.
Mm.
When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees. You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want. I am grateful for that lesson. I'm glad that God sat back, because not only was he watching to see if I was the person that he thought he had made, but he was letting me see who I am. And I'm grateful for it, because it let me know, and that gave me a lot of my bravery. I thank God that he just sat back and watched.
I need to take a pause here for a second here. Okay, guys. Mes amis. He got me cursing in Creole. Let me just, okay. This is a lot, okay? And I feel for the guy, okay? If his allegations, if his accusations are actually true, this is extremely it's heartbreaking, you know, and I get it. There's people are throwing jokes in here, and so am I. About the the breakdown of the female genitalia was a little funny to me. I got to be honest, but outside of that, a lot of what he's saying here is exactly what infamous truth teller is saying. It's absolutely heavy. It's extremely heavy. And to me, I can see that this is a guy who's absolutely traumatized and heavily affected by what he experienced, or what he alleges he experienced. The other thing I want to say, earlier on, I didn't pause it because I wanted to get through at least half of it, because we're halfway through it right now. But there's something that happened I think that this is what happens to a lot of these victims that we see, especially the victims of the victims that are seeing successful people. They're like they're victims, or they have someone who is famous or successful that did a crime onto them. Does that make sense? He said, man, I just kept seeing this person succeeding, getting accolades and being praised out here. And he's just like, he starts cursing and he's like, so angry. I can only imagine what that feels like for any person that has dealt with SASH, R, any of those things. And you're seeing that person still climb the ranks, getting the Oscars and the Grammys and all these huge things. They're still in the limelight. People praise them, as he said, put them on a pedestal. I can only imagine how much that eats away at the victims that are out here that still haven't even spoken out yet, because of their fear of how powerful that person is and whatnot. That was something else I wanted to point out and talk to you guys about, because we hear a lot of stories of men and women that want to step forward and talk. It's a tale as old as time, guys. We hear this a lot. Oh, we can't talk about it because I was scared that I was going to get ridiculed, or I was scared that I was going to be deleted off this planet. I would just come up missing if I started talking, or I was scared that no one would actually believe me because that particular person is highly revered and loved and they're like America's sweetheart type thing. It's scary to think that this is what goes on out here. And again, this is beyond just Hollywood. I know I said, like, Hollywood is gross and, or can be deep, like can be dark and dim and grungy and nasty, but there are other careers, okay? There are other genres, for lack of a better term, that are out here that have the same type of cultures in them as well. And then you got those people who are super successful. They're smiling in your face. They're telling you to buy this tube of Colgate when actually they just got done SAing somebody the night before. These are some real things. And what he's exposing, or what he's talking about here, is seriously something that happens all the time. All the time. I hear stories after stories after stories from many other people that I know that are in the industry, or that are still out there trying to get their fame, clearly working their butts off, a lot of them taking the scenic route because they did not want to take that part and get a side of D as well, or you take that part, but they got to perform a little bit of something so that they can get the opportunity of a lifetime. This is very real. This happens all the time. But now we're hearing it from a guy. And the thing is I will say this. I've only seen him in movies. I've never seen him in an interview or anything of that sort. So I know some people would be like, okay, is he crazy? Is he having a mental health break right now? So on and so forth. I don't think that that's the case. I think he's venting. I think he's very upset. I think he believes truthfully in his heart of hearts, whatever happened between him and this alleged individual really happened in his perspective. Let me just say that. I don't think this is a mental break. I don't think anything of that sort. I lean more on the side of believing this man than actually thinking that this guy's full of BS. It's terrifying to think that this is the stuff that goes on. That this, you hear these stories, but it is really real out here. And, Nicole B just said this. I was just about to say this too. Cassie speaking out made him feel cowardly for not speaking up. She inspired him to actually speak out. Now, he's not sitting here saying, oh, Diddy did the same things to me too, right? He's just saying, I'm here because she inspired me to speak out about this particular individual who's a huge Hollywood bigwig, because I feel that if it was Diddy, he would have said it was Diddy. No, he said films. This is a big-time Hollywood filmmaker. And no, I don't. Some people are saying Lee Daniels. Trust me, if you heard Lee Daniels' voice right now, just audio, would you know that was Lee Daniels just by his voice? I'm just saying, no disrespect to Lee Daniels. He's done some really great work out here, except for The Paperboy. Never watched that movie. I don't know why I watched it. But anyway, he has some really great work out there. Okay. But if I heard his voice, I would, in a file of other voices, right? I'm not going to sit there and go, that's Lee Daniels. I'm sorry. I haven't heard enough interviews or him talk enough for me to say that. You see what I'm saying? Even like another, known filmmaker, Antoine Fuqua. I've heard him do an interview like 2 times in my life, and that's over my entire lifespan. Okay. I could never pick his voice out in a group of voices, but there's some other voices that are very prominent that we all know and we do appreciate. And if we heard their voices, we would sit there and go, oh, that mother love is such and such, fill in the blank, right? But he's just saying the information. He is talking about this guy having, obviously it's a man. He obviously is saying that this man has, made lots of money off of his movies. Okay, the movies that he makes and all that as well. I mean, you just do the reverse math and you come up with your sum. Let's continue. We are halfway there. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Do me a favor, guys. And I'm going to get to all the super chats here in just a little bit. Okay, I appreciate all the super chats. Please consider becoming a part of the family by hitting that join button down below. Become a family member if you're watching on YouTube, okay? Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button down below, okay? Let's get it past 300 likes. Let's get it past 400 likes. That would really, really mean a lot, okay? That would mean so much to me, okay? And let me get this one really quick. Thank you so much, Mimi, for gifting another person with a membership. Thank you so very much. Tis the season of giving, so I appreciate you gifting one membership. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Okay, but let us continue with this video. There's a lot more to go.
It's going to be a conversation really soon. And it won't be a conversation or accusations. Again, I let the statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it. Still a predator. And it's not okay. And I wish I was brave enough to speak up back then. I was worried that he would get in the way and try to interfere with my work and try to blackball me because he couldn't ball me. Pun intended. It's going to be a conversation had real soon. The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them, you can't speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs. And they don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes, yeah, y'all shut the fuck up. You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts, not once, but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault. So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary.
Oh, oh, he just said it. Oh, what? What? I know I don't use those sound effects very often, but oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, he said it without even saying it. Do I need to rewind? Pierrette was like, what did he say? What did he say? What happened? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Let me just roll it back. Let me roll it back for you guys. Oh, it's him. Oh, it's him. Oh, it's him. Let me roll it back. Hold on. It's him. It's him. Listen closely. Oh my God. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I feel a little bit like a lead attorney right now. But anyway, shout out to the lead attorney. But hold on. Let me play it one more time. Listen with your ears. Okay, guys, come on.
They don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes. Yeah, y'all shut the fuck up.
It's coming up. Hold on.
You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts. Not once, but twice. After trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault.
It's coming. Hold on.
So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary.
That's all I'm going to say. Hamburger. He said it without even saying. Listen, hold up. I'm gonna explain it to you guys because some of y'all might be like, because Pierrette was like, what did he say? I missed it. What did he say? Hold on. Let me explain. Really quick. Okay? Let me explain. Let me just pull this up because I didn't have. He said what he said. He said what he said. Now, the reason why I'm reacting so big to this, okay, is well, obviously, it is a very, 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 very recent documentary. Let me just say that too. Okay, it's very recent. I talked about it on a show maybe about a week or so ago. Maybe a little bit more, because I was like, man, I just saw this documentary. It really inspired me. It was amazing. I loved hearing about it, right? Let me just show you this documentary, guys. It's called Maxine's Baby. It's a Tyler Perry documentary that just dropped earlier in November, if I'm correct. This whole thing. So he said, and no, I haven't seen the documentary. He talked about this man. It's a wrap. He said it without even saying it. You feel me? What other documentaries? I'm just asking, what other documentaries that are out here that have recently come out that show a prominent black filmmaker out here making movies, and there's a documentary about them, and it just recently came out? Do the math. Don't worry, I'll wait. Go ahead. I'm not going to wait, but I'm just saying. Hamburger. He said it without even saying it. Okay, guys? He said it without even saying it. This is a man who is highly revered. He has gotten all kinds of accolades. He is loved by the whole world for the most part. And he recently had a documentary that just dropped. Skadoosh. I'm going to continue playing, but hey, but maybe it's another guy. Maybe it's another black Hollywood executive, big time Hollywood man that has a documentary that just came out. Last I checked, he's the only one that's come out, and last that I checked, he's the only movie or documentary that's recently come out of a prominent Hollywood figure. The last ones I've seen were with Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And last I checked, those mother lovers ain't black. So, need I say more? Hey, have mercy. I'm sorry. Just can I get a moment here? Hold on. Can I just get a quick, brief, chronic break? Hold on. I mean, he said it without even saying it, man. He don't need to say no names no more. I mean, come on. You don't need to say names. It's TP, guys. It's it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But he is alleging TP. Period. Hamburger. Let's continue. But he said, and no, I ain't seen the documentary. Bruh, what else do we need? What else do we need? Okay, let's continue. Okay, that was a lot. Let's continue. I was wondering, I was like, because I've only seen the clips. I haven't seen this full video, right? I'm watching this live with you guys together. I've just seen clips, but I hadn't seen any clip where he's alleging, like I said, Maxine's baby. Interesting. And given the fact that even I'm just gonna say this, I'm saying it right now. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Because Maxine's baby, the documentary was really inspiring. I'm gonna say that. I was really inspired. I was moved by it. Real talk. So if this is true, if it is really him, and if he doesn't say anything crazy, if he doesn't go, oh no, what I was really alluding to, and that I was just answering somebody's question about the documentary. It wasn't about him. What I'm talking about, it really ain't about him. I doubt he's going to say that, but if he does, then I know that he's off his rocker. Moving on. One thing that was in that documentary was talking about his trials and tribulations and what he went through growing up as a child. One thing that I really did appreciate about his story is how much he transcended and pushed through, because he was viciously SA'd and all that as a child. I'm talking about TP. And how he pushed through that, wrote plays, finally had one that hit off. And then he became who he is today, right? And then he was on his journey to becoming who he is today. He owns one of the biggest only black film production studio houses, lots in Hollywood in the history of ever. Okay? This is a huge freaking name. In that documentary, it's extremely emotional and inspiring. And now he's saying in this, no, I didn't see his documentary. And no, I didn't see his documentary. To me, he said everything without even saying a damn thing. Let's move on. But damn, y'all. Damn. And if nobody else caught that, hopefully they caught it now.
Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police. And
There you
there's a
go.
public record. So at some point really soon, this conversation is gonna have to happen because it's fucking with me.
Man.
It's bothering me.
Man, oh man.
And it needs to happen. Y'all gonna be disappointed in who it is.
We already know who it is, baby.
Fooled for years. But it's gonna have to happen. So, yeah, exactly. You said it. No means no.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to roll this back just one more time. Listen up one more time.
They don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Conversation had real soon. They don't prevent you. Conversation had real soon.
Where the heck is it?
The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them, you can't speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs. And they don't prevent you from reporting felonies.
Let's try to roll it back.
Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes.
Okay.
Y'all shut the fuck up.
Here it is.
You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts. Not once, but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault.
Here it is.
So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary.
And no, I didn't see that documentary. Okay? Clearly, to me, he's alluding to the man that we all are talking about right now as we speak. He said, and no, I didn't see that documentary. Sure, it could allude to many other documentaries, but I'm telling you right now, because he could say that documentary could be a million documentaries, but at the same time, the man that everyone's looking at and everyone's asking questions about right now has a documentary that just came out. Why would he be talking about a documentary about World War II on this live when he's talking about a man that came at him? You see what I'm saying? So, show. Exactly, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler Hackner. Okay, exactly. Who had the most recent one? Tyler Perry. Okay, just so everybody knows, I'm going to let this roll now. Hamburger. Oh my God.
Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police. And then there's a public record. So at some point really soon, this conversation is gonna have to happen because it's fucking with me. It's bothering me. And it needs to happen. Y'all gonna be disappointed in who it is.
We already know who it is.
Fooled for years. But it's gonna have to happen. So, yeah, exactly. You said it. No means no. If I got multiple friends in the industry that are LGBTQ+. I've had drinks with a castmate and his boyfriend. I don't give a fuck who they sleeping with. I don't give a flying fuck at a Rolling Donut who these people are sleeping with. How do you treat me as a human being? That's what matters to me. That'll be the only thing that affects how I treat you. If you're respectful of my boundaries, then I can have a drink with you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend. I don't care. I don't have heaven to send you to when you leave here. That's God's job to judge you.
Facts.
But what we not gonna do, we're not gonna try to force. Nah, man. It's taking everything in me not to air that out. Everything. I've been carrying this with me for a decade and a half.
Wow. 15 years. That's insane. More than 15 years. That's wild, y'all.
I'm gonna get off of that subject. It's gonna be addressed, and it's gonna be addressed soon. And if anybody has a problem with me telling the truth about predators in this industry, then they are truly part of the problem. And I'll say that out front, so that way, when certain people who are worried about their work that are tied to this person or whatever, it's because they're selfish and they're worried about work. You can't treat people like that. And when I'm the boss, when I'm CEO, when I can make any TV show and film that I want, people are gonna be able to come work with me and know that they don't have to worry about bullshit. They don't have to worry about opportunities being tied to sexual favors. They won't have to worry about being sexually harassed and intimidated and bullied because they didn't acquiesce to the sexual harassment or the attempted sexual assault or any of that. They're gonna be able to show up and work and create amazing and great stuff without that. I was on a show, and if I had done what this actress did, just switching lanes, if I had done what she did, I'd never work again and I'd be in jail. She used to come up and pat me on the jump, like pat my penis, like, "Ooh, okay, I see that print."
What?
And I checked her. I grabbed her hand right away, checked her, like, what the fuck are you doing? That ain't okay. I'll do that shit. I'm going to jail. What are you doing? She did it again. Grabbed her hand. I was like, "Stop. That shit ain't funny." We're preparing for a scene. She walks past, cups my equipment, and was like, "Oh,
That's
you got
crazy.
some girth." When I tell you, had that been a dude, I'd have punched them in their motherfucking mouth. If I behaved like this woman, this particular actress had done, in that moment, I'd be in jail, I'd be canceled, and I would never fucking work again.
Hold on real quick. Who is he talking about here with this woman going up and grabbing his hammer, his equipment? I know somebody just said that, said a name, but I'm curious. Who is that? It's a female actress. And he said that this girl walked up, pat him on the junk like that. And ladies, let me say this too. If you don't want, I'm gonna say, because I need to keep it a buck, because this has happened to me in the past as well. All right, just being at a club or a bar or something like that, girls get real handsy. If you get what I'm saying, listen. If you don't want us doing that to you, why do you think we won't like it as well? If you don't like it, we ain't gonna like it. Period. And I just don't get why some of y'all out here real bold to try to get a man's attention. and you'll just go and just grab at anything. And it's like, no, or pinch our butt or something like that. And it's like, wait a second. We didn't do that to you, so why are you doing that to us? You don't like it, so why do you think we'd like it? And then we turn around and give you that look, or like, the hell, like slap your hand out the way, like, what the hell are you doing? And then you guys get mad at us, basically saying that we're being too sensitive. What? Make that make sense. Okay? Keep your hands to yourself. Period, point blank. But the fact that he's even saying that there was another person, a woman this time, on set, just I mean, not that hard, but you know what I'm saying? Just, ooh, type thing. Grabbing at his equipment on set. That culture is crazy, y'all. That's insane. Yes, Valley Girl. Yes, respect goes both ways all day long. Because no offense, not me. I'm sorry. If a dude turns around and likes the fact that you grabbed his ass or like grabbed his junk, he probably is not the right one for you. If he's out there going, no, wait, the hell, what are you doing? This, you know what I'm saying? If he's doing that, that means he's got some integrity. Okay, he has some self-respect. The other dudes are doing that. Nah, they don't have no self-respect, and they're F boys. Just so you know, okay, they're gonna leave you unsatisfied and broke. Moving on.
You don't get to walk past somebody and be like, oh, that's nice, and pat them on their fucking private.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What I get to call my job is a blessing, and I love it, and I'm grateful to God about it. Nah, that absolutely wasn't Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Please don't do that. That's my heart. I love her to the moon and back. She's a consummate professional. It was another project. It was a TV and film project, and she felt entitled to do that bullshit. Now, had I said something and she was higher than me on the call sheet, they would have just wrote me out. I'd have died. I told you, Miguel. They'd have wrote my character out and killed them off or whatever. And you're like, okay, boom, this is a series regular. I'm 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet. But
series regular.
That's not okay. It's not okay.
It's never okay.
Y'all wonder why I stay in my fucking dressing room while we on set. Because it's bullshit out there. And it's people that don't appreciate and aren't there to honor the opportunity that we have. They're just doing whatever they want to, whatever they feel entitled to. Imagine a man walking past a woman saying, I see that print poking through. I'm going to jail that very day.
That's hard facts.
But she can do it and continue to work in this industry. And if I report her to the female executives that were on that particular show, it's going to get swept under the rug because they had already told me, Christian, just stand here and be pretty. Just stand here and look pretty. While I'm asking about certain things in the scene so I can make it make sense to me intellectually, just stand there and be pretty. So, of course, I can't trust. P, give me a minute. Chill out. I'm venting. Of course, I can't trust them. Stand there and be pretty. That's that bullshit that men told women for decades. So why the entire fuck is that okay for you to say that to me when I'm asking you the history of a particular scene so I can make it make sense to me honestly here? So that way when the words exit my spirit, it's honest.
That's not me. That's his
A few
live.
people calling me right now because they're probably seeing this and they're wondering if I'm actually gonna tip the can over, and I want to. I fucking want to so bad. Because I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of carrying and having to deal with the bully and the harassment. Years. Not one, not two, not three, more. Years of sexual harassment and attempted sexual assault. And I want to air that shit out so bad. I'm having a night, clearly. Pretty boys deserve the same respect as the block button. Go fuck yourself. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 48. I'm not a pretty boy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, some people can hear me. Can you? Good. Yeah, it's not, yeah. And if you know me, then you know I'm a grown man. Don't call me pretty boy. That's some bullshit. So, yeah, I needed to vent and get some of this out of my system because there's a vitriol that you carry when you deal with this. And there's a trauma that comes with it because you never know. Like, okay, is this meeting legit? Or is this some bullshit? Is this another one of those meetings where you meet with a black billionaire businessman, and while my manager is there, everything is everything. I got my Kinko's presentation with the plastic cover on it. I paid good money on this, good money. I'm running it down like you can invest in this, that, and the other. So my manager leaves, he moves into a conference room, and I'm like, okay, it was a conference room. Nothing sketchy about this. Didn't realize that the doors on the side of the conference room right there led into his suite. So about 8 or 10 minutes, I'm nervous in my phone. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Okay, you changing? You got to use the bathroom. It's a number 2. Cool. He comes back in silk pajamas, silk robe, right as they're delivering strawberries and champagne like this is Pretty Woman or a fucking date.
What?
Now, I'm like, wait, whoa, this ain't that. I'm not him, and this ain't that. I'd love for you to invest in my company. He probably should have, because he would own a piece of All the Queen's Men. The books I've already sold, the 6 or 8 books I'm about to release, all of that. He would have had a piece of all of that monetarily, but he didn't. He was thinking with his dick. And yeah, wow. He came back in, grabbed a strawberry, sat down, and I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. You got my presentation, I'm gone. He's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure. He's like, are you sure? That second, are you sure, means if you don't stay and do what I want, you're not going to get what you're hoping for. Now, this particular guy is out here paying tuition for entire classes of HBCUs after this sketchy shit. Want to air him out too. I'm just tired of carrying this bullshit with me. I'm tired. There are wolves in the hen house. And yeah, it's disappointing because you're like, okay, well, I want to learn from this person, or I want to learn from this person, or maybe partner with this person over here because he's investing in black companies, not knowing that he's a predator And this person who's supposed to be your mentor is the worst predator of all. It's got to come out at some point. So, just yeah, you
This is
carry
huge.
shit and it gets heavy. I'm gonna call my brother back.
Yeah, I mean, there's more here. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this here too, but I just wanted to interject here, because I got to and all that. But somebody just said something that is true. Yaya said this guy is beyond courageous. This is gonna end his career, and he knows it. And the thing that it sparked in my head when I was reading that and listening to this, yeah, he's risking it all right now. And what's really sad about it is the fact that he has no other options in the game of film, in the movie business. If you notice, and I'm not trying to say anything, I'm not trying to turn this into some race thing. I'm not. All I'm saying is that the parts that are out here for Black actors are very few and far between if they are not being produced by known Black production companies. And there's one main one that makes a lot of content and makes a lot of movies and TV shows for the Black community. Okay. Or it's written, shot, directed, etc. by Black people. Black Hollywood is very, very small. If you notice, when it comes to white Hollywood, all right, there's a buttload of stuff. There's Marvel movies, there's this, and this. If somebody goes and exposes something, that person still got an opportunity to work on a Lifetime movie. You see what I'm saying? They may not be doing Marvel movies or Oscar winning or Oscar nominated films, but they can still go out there and work. When it comes to being a Black actor in Hollywood, it's very few and far between. So it's not like you can get, embraced by a certain group of people and be able to transcend your career to a whole new level. It's not like that in Black film, in Black Hollywood. Like, for example, I forgot her name, but a long time ago, some girl said something she was like Gina Carano or whatever her name is. She made a statement on Twitter, and there was she received a lot of backlash over it and all that. Next thing you know, people are thinking she's never going to be working in this town ever again. And what happened? There was a hardcore, extreme right-wing production company that said, "Come on over here, we'll make a whole bunch of movies with you. You're fine. You'll be fine. You'll still be able to work, right?" And she was able to go out and work. Even though she was being canceled on social media, she was still being able to work, and she was still doing movies. And there was a certain side of the world demographic that loved her and then were embracing her. We don't have those options in the Black community, in Black Hollywood. I mean, as soon as you expose yourself, it's kind of like, I guess you're going to become a barista. Or I guess you're going to be, I guess you're going to go into pharmaceutical sales or something. You see what I'm saying? The options are they're dismal at best if you get blacklisted, right? So he is risking it all of it. Because once you get canceled in Black Hollywood, there's no turning back. And I'm not sitting here saying that he's getting canceled, but he's exposing someone massive. In fact, two names, okay? Two people were mentioned. Their names were not named, but two different scenarios by two different people. One had more scenarios than the other, but he's accusing these two people of SAing him while on set or while out kicking it. He's risking all of it, y'all. All of it. And it's sad. Because like I said, it's not like he's got options out here. He really doesn't. So that, to me, says a lot, too. Because he could have just kept this to himself and not said a damn thing. So he's risking it all. That's very interesting.
I'm so fucking close to tipping a glass over and just letting the marbles roll wherever they go because I'm tired of carrying it. And it would be easier to just file that police report name that person for attempted sexual assault, name that person for sexual harassment for years, turn over the evidence, and then let the world hear him offer me $100,000 to take my clothes off. Thank God he made me the way I am. And I could say no. I was broke as fuck. When I tell you, I would have loved that $100,000. I wasn't finna sell my soul. Oh, wow. Warriors. You talking about the basketball game? Let me go ahead and get you this block button. You fight with that, Warrior. I'm going to log off before I spill this shit, man, and fuck up y'all year. Fuck up 2024. Because if you think that Diddy shit was crazy, you don't even know.
What did I say? What did I say? Uh-huh.
I'm going to get up on out of here. But this conversation is going to happen. I'm going to head down there. I've already been down to I stopped in the parking lot once, and the other time I made it into the lobby of the police station to file it. And my computer with me and all the recordings.
Oh,
It
sorry.
said, when the sexual harassment started, I carried a keychain. I carried multiple pens. Sometimes they only lasted 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes you had to put like a AAA battery in them. But you can hear these offers from the person who made the offer. And I suggest that too. That's why I'm cautious too when people email my manager or my booking agent or whoever, like, hey, I want Christian to be my mentor. I'm afraid to mentor anybody. On set, if we're working on a project together, or you're working on a project I created, ask me what you want to ask me. But individually, separately, I'm afraid because of the bullshit that I had to deal with.
And that you're still going to have to deal with.
And you got these predators still running around, still fucking over people, still screwing people over. And at some point soon, I'm gonna air this shit out. You just gotta ask yourself, are you ready? Because y'all deified some of these people. Y'all made them almost. I said what I have with recordings. You just said, don't say what you have with. I have all of it layered and stacked and proof. You're allowed to record yourself when you feel unsafe. I have all of it. I have all of the inappropriate moments and offers and bullshit. I'm not sorry. Don't say that. I'm with the shit. I'm tired of carrying it. I saw what they did to Terry Crews when he didn't say anything. And yeah, like that doesn't make it comfortable for you to be like, man, I really want to tell the truth about this because I'm sure this person is still out here doing the same thing. And if not, what has he done over the last 15 years? Excuse me. I usually sneeze. Sorry, I have allergies. I usually sneeze twice. What has this person done over the years with other people? When he's on recording talking about how he's got multiple guys on payroll for 6 figures a year to pop up and hold their ankles. This conversation is going to have to happen. And the drop off at the police station is going to have to happen. And y'all going to be disappointed. And that's the bad part. Because a lot of y'all going to be like, man, no, not him. Yeah, him. And I can be on the news taking a polygraph, which I will gladly. And I'll pass every one. And some of y'all still won't believe it. Stop deifying these entertainers. We just human. But some of us are a little more human than others. And some of us actually give a fuck about the people that we work with, the people that we affect, the people that we have an opportunity to create an opportunity for. I love the fact that God let me create a show and there's 150 or 200 people working every single season. That lets me know I'm in my purpose. I don't love the fact that he sat back and let me go through that mess. But I appreciate the fact that he built me strong enough to pass on those opportunities to sell my soul or a body part. Take the scenic route. Take the long way around. I'm gonna have to air these recordings and this information out soon because I'm tired of carrying it, man. It's heavy. And I just want to create great shit and great opportunities. And I want beautiful people, women and men, to be able to show up on set and not feel like they got to do something to earn their spot. You're talented and you work hard. You already earned your spot. What I learned from the bullshit was walk away from anything that doesn't serve you or anything that's going to cost me my spirit and my soul. And it's not easy, but it's possible. It's doable. It's possible. Walk away. Godfrey, I appreciate you, brother, man. Most people who know me don't even know most of this shit. It's like 5 people on earth know the stuff that I dealt with. I told my mother, my grandmother, I told my oldest brother who's in here somewhere he's trying to make sure I don't jump off the side of the mountain and tell everything. I want to so fucking bad because I'm tired of carrying it. No, this too shall not pass. This person has done this for person after person after person. This too shall not pass. It needs to be addressed. So, yeah, this conversation is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I'm just trying to figure out when. But it needs to happen. Like I said, you don't have to believe me. You can hear this person in his very distinctive voice. Once the sexual harassment started, I have kept one of these on me. It's a recorder. I've kept one of them on me for 18 years.
It's crazy.
So it's time. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying that around. I feel like like 2 additional 45-pound plates that I don't need to carry. I'm tired. So, I'm gonna call my brother, ease his mind, because I know he's worried I'm about to air it out over here. I was thinking and my spirit was uneasy and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yeah. Some of your heroes, some of your very heroes are taking advantage of people. And I'm grateful to learn that lesson because that way when I'm in a space to where I'm the boss and I'm making decisions and I'm an executive producer now on my show, I can go around and make sure that everybody gets a handshake, a dap, a fist bump, or a church hug, but nobody feels like I felt. I can make sure of that. And it's please and thank you. Yes, please. And thank you. All that. Everybody gets treated like the CEO, being treated like somebody's goal of a piece of ass somebody pretending to be your friend, pretending to be a mentor or an older brother figure, when ultimately their goal was just some ass. That shows you how not to be when you're in charge. So I'm grateful for those lessons learned. We're gonna continue this conversation, and we're gonna continue it soon. I'm tired of carrying this, and I know there's others. I feel bad for those dudes that actually said yes. I hit you, Miguel. I hit you after I hit my brother. I feel bad for them because they fell for the pressure. They fell for the opportunity. They're somewhere, working a low-end job, and somebody comes in with this money, and they're like, okay, well, maybe just this once. I guarantee you there's a bunch of them that are going to come out. But I'm glad I didn't sell my soul or my ass. I deserve to be here. I earned it. I wrote it. I showed up on these shows and was professional and punctual and prepared and treated everybody there like the CEO. Yes, please. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything. Because I'm not as a facade. I'm grateful to be here. I love what I do. But when they poison the well with this bullshit, man. One of the biggest reasons I never wanted to say anything is because I didn't want to be the person that broke your heart. I didn't want to be the person that said that your hero, such and such, sexually harassed me for years and tried to sexually assault me. Tried. We're going to continue this conversation at some point soon. It's got to happen. So, but it's traumatic when you deal with that bullshit for years of that bullshit, years of pressure, years of intimidation, years of sideways comments and insults, and everybody else getting a raise, everybody else getting a vacation, everybody else getting to be a part of this new show or this new thing, but because you ain't playing ball, literally and figuratively. I hear you, KG. I'm signing off. I've done enough. I'm tiptoeing on the fucking edge. It's Dirty Diana, and I'm leaning over. I'm gonna go, y'all, before I say too much. But
you said a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Thank you, God, for not making me the kind of man that's gonna fuck his way to the middle. Thank you. Thank you for standing back and letting both of us see who I am and who you built. I'm gonna keep making shows and keep making films and make sure that people on my productions aren't sexually harassed and bullied and intimidated, and they don't have to deal with attempted sexual assault or inappropriate bullshit. I got you. Thank you for making me the way you made me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say some shit. No, I just prayed, but you know me. Let me call my brother, and I gotta call Miguel and check in with KG. Love and appreciate y'all, man. This shit just gets heavy sometimes. Life be lifing, but you carry something like this, and then you got to deal with somebody, and they floating in your face, gloating about this or that or this or that. Like, motherfucker, you do remember, you do know the terror that you exacted upon me and multiple people for fucking years. I'm a skate. But it's the conversation is gonna be had. I guess you just gotta figure out if you're gonna accept the truth about one of your deities or not. Because It's the truth. And if I take a polygraph on TV in front of you, you'll know it. And if you hear him offering me inappropriate opportunities, you'll know it. And if you choose not to believe it, then it's on you. But it's got to be dealt with. It's time. I love and appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get out of here before I actually spill it.
Okay. So there's that. You saw the whole doggone thing. And here's the thing. And I appreciate everybody who came in to watch this. And I got a bunch of super chats. I may open up the phone lines. I'm not doing it right now. I'll let you know if I do end up doing it. So don't call. I will just block y'all. So don't call. Okay. But regardless, it was a lot to take in. He says that it's more than just one person that he says in this video. Now, I don't know if he has recordings of the other person doing these things to him and whatnot, but he does talk about how a woman, another actress, put her paws on him in a place that he was not cool with. Okay. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to dissect here. One thing I will say is I'm surprised, that he still has his sanity. I'm surprised that he is still able to even work out here because he's still currently working. He's still doing his thing, but still very crazy and nutty. No pun intended, but just crazy and wild allegations that he says throughout this whole entire hour-long live. Now, I know that he's venting and he's angry and all that, but that doesn't mean what he's saying is not true. Now, I saw somebody else saying that maybe he was under the influence, maybe he's a little bit inebriated and all that. I don't think he's inebriated at all. I think what he's saying is very concise. His speech is not slurred in any type of way. He seems fine to me. I think he's just very distraught, and I think he's had enough. He's frustrated. And what happened with Cassie, I think just woke something up in him where he's like, why ain't I doing something about this? Because this is not good. He has dodged for the most part. He still has not dodged because it's still crimes were allegedly committed onto him. It's not like he went through this whole the whole system of the entertainment business getting to where he is without having to deal with something happening to him that he was not cool with. So it's not like he just walked through this unscathed, but because he still was messed with. You see what I'm saying? These men and these women that were coming up to him and, showering him with gifts and doing whatever. Obviously, he didn't go to his place of success, whatever this place of success is in his mind. It's not like he went through that without hitting a few bumps on the road. But I've noticed that when it comes to like Hollywood and all that, we hear a lot of these stories. Look at all the Bieber and the Lohans and the Miley Cyruses and all the child actors that have found success at a very young age. Look at how they look now. I'm not saying all of them are in bad shape, but there's a good portion of them that are, because of dealing with whatever inner demons that they have going on with them because of the things that they dealt with and experienced while being on set. And I know a lot of them are varying degrees, right? But a lot of them are very, very tortured souls. Look at Amanda Bynes, for example. My Lord. So when I hear him sitting here going like, I'm so thankful that I still took the long road, but he still was being messed with throughout the entire time. No, he wasn't fully physically like Ard, okay? But he still stood in front of someone trying to put their paws on him and put their hands in places that he was not cool with. I will also say this. He's really, I said it before, but I'll say it again now. He's willing to risk it all. He's risking it all right now, just so he can get some semblance of justice, or just so he can vent because he's that angry. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of other people that live in that live, breathe, and love the movie business. All they want to do is become successful. They want to be stars. And what's sad is that there is a line at the door, right, to get that shot at the brass ring. Not everybody gets a chance to even stand in that line. But then you get in that line and then you realize how 90% of the people in that line are willing to do whatever it takes. They're willing to put their body up and use their body as for the enjoyment of for somebody else. And they may not even be, batting for that team. Okay. But they still do it anyway because they want that chance at success in that business. But then the other 10% will see the offers and walk away. And that number to me is astronomical if you really think about it, because there's so many people that are willing to do so much dirty on everybody else just so that they can get a shot at winning, a shot at their name written in lights, rather than walking away saying, nah, I'm going to get this success a different route, and I'm going to do it still keeping my integrity intact. Oh, I don't do this, I don't do these certain type of party favors, but because I'm in this room with everybody and he's a big, movie exec, and he's a big movie, music producer, and he's a huge star and she's a huge star, I guess I'll just do this line real quick, even though I've never done it before, because I want to make it seem like I'm cool. That stuff actually happens. That stuff actually happens. And that's more than just talking about party favors, as you already can tell from his story. There's more to this, y'all. But a lot of times they'll sit there and go, oh, he's not willing to do, okay, if he ain't cool, if he ain't willing to smoke this or, take that or blah, 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 then, we ain't messing with him. He ain't part of the family. Those things do actually exist. As soon as you say, no, I'm not into that, thanks, that's just not me, like, hey, I'm straight edge. I don't do anything. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of these things, but thank you. And then all of a sudden they just judge you. Okay. I don't know if we should invite this guy next time because he doesn't party like us. Those things actually exist too. And then next thing you know, the person who's sitting there trying so badly to be a part of the cool crowd, the in crowd, they subject themselves to taking in chemicals that they've never taken before. And then next thing you know, they get hooked. They get hooked, and then they realize they didn't even get the gig. They didn't even get the job that they were gunning for so badly, that they were willing to risk everything, put their body up for science, for crying out loud, for this gig, and they still didn't get it. They were just used up and tossed onto the side of the road like a used Kleenex tissue. That's ridiculous. So what say you guys on this? I'm going to look at these super chats, but what say you guys on this? Because to me, I think he's exposing a lot. I think he's exposing a great deal of stuff. Obviously, he didn't say anybody's names, but he did say something in there that to me said somebody. And I think that's the reason why a lot of other people are thinking about that somebody right now. Okay. But you saw my huge reaction. It's massive what he said. That gave it all away. Ain't no other documentary out here about no other Black Hollywood exec right now that we know of. That's streaming right now as we speak. I'm telling you right now, not a one. He said it without saying it. He slipped up. I think we caught him slipping. Real talk. But I feel for the guy. I really do feel for him. Misty, thanks so much for the 5. Satan is a liar. Yes, damn right. Amen. Do not allow Satan to tempt you out of your soul, your place in heaven. Stay prayed up, folks. Do not go against your morals and values. I agree. I don't care how much money is right there at your fingertips, and they're saying you just need to do this and you get this large sum of money. You cool? You want to do this? Then do it. No. It's called integrity, guys. I'm sorry. If the scenic route still leads you to that $100 million, but it adds a few, it takes you a few more years to get there, but you did it because you put in the blood, sweat, and tears, because of your work ethic, because of your God-given talent. I take that over selling myself to get that 100 mil a little bit quicker. I'm going to keep it real. Miss V, thank you so much for the 5. Thank you for sharing Christian Key's story, praying for him and his healing. Yes, I'm praying for him too. Real talk. Because he needs as much protection as he can get right now as we speak. Real talk. Darcy, thank you so much for the 5. I hope since he's speaking out, more men will speak out. You know what? I hope so too. But I feel like this is the time for a little bit of a change. There needs to be time. There needs to be change out here. Yes, we hear a lot of women. And yes, I want more women to step forward as well. Okay. And speak the truth. Tell what's going on. File those civil lawsuits, or get them criminally. Whatever it is, get them. But start talking. I think this is very brave that he came out and said all this stuff. I'm going to keep it a buck. I think this is brave. Stacy, thank you so much for the 5. Woo, child. Is Medea going to jail again? Allegedly. Yes, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I will say, woo, he got a lot of splendor, though, okay? Medea, you know what I mean? I'm telling you guys, that documentary was so inspirational for me, and now my heart is broken. Now, I mean, you never know. He might come up and go, no, it wasn't him at all, man. I doubt it. I really doubt it. He did a lot of work with Tyler Perry. I'm going to keep him. We know that now. You look at his resume. He did a lot of work with Perry. A lot. So this happened about a little over 15 years ago. He was doing a lot of plays with Perry as well. You just do the math. It just makes sense. Just makes sense. Darcy, thank you so much for the 2. He might get in trouble for recording incidents. That's the other question I was going to ask. And thank you so much for being so brilliant, Darcy. Yes, I was wondering in the state of wherever he was in, if it was Georgia, California, New York, wherever he was recording these things, I'm still wondering if the recordings can be used, because they were because whoever was talking to him that he was recording, he recorded him without their knowledge. Some states is considered illegal, and some states, they give it the thumbs up. So I'm wondering where he was when those things went down, and if he can actually use those. I mean, he could still leak them out to the public and everyone can hear them. And then everyone in the court of public opinion will be looking at particular individual and saying, him guilty. Look at him. He just said he offered $100,000 to do what? Kind of thing. I just want to see your D. You know what I'm saying? $100,000. I just want to see the D. That's crazy. That's crazy. And if there's recordings of that kind of stuff, oh, it's damning. Very damning. He could leak that stuff out. If they say it's illegal, you can't even use it in court. You know, this cannot hold up in court in California or Georgia or wherever he files. He can still leak it. And he can still expose that truth. I'm just saying. Leela, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Darcy, thanks so much for the 2. I hope he stays silent to the public. I hope he stays silent to the public. Why do you hope he stays silent to the public, Darcy? I think he just needs to say it. I think when it comes to exposing this type of stuff, like Cassie did, file it, expose it, get it filed, and then expose that ass. Well, not really. I don't care if he's offering you $100,000. Okay, don't expose that ass, but expose his ass. Okay, expose it. That's what I say. Do the Cassie approach. That's what I think. And then maybe you get a bigger settlement if you're going civilly. You see what I'm saying? Misty, thank you so much for the 5. Let go and let God. Let God's plan expose the persons or persons. Yeah, he did say 2 people. If I'm correct, 2 different people. Okay. Do not idolize any human. Do not idolize money or power. Do not sacrifice your soul. Yes, I agree. I think that there's a lot more things that are much more precious and more valuable than the greenbacks. And that's called your integrity, your own person. I'm telling you right now, I believe that if you get that opportunity in front of you, that's a test. You take the righteous path, and I'm not trying to make this all, I'm not trying to turn this all like, this ain't a church, okay, sermon, okay? I'm not trying to get all preachy here, but I do believe that when you get something like that offered to you, that opportunity, and you have 2 routes, 2 choices. One, you take the high road, or the other one, which is you sell yourself, you sell your body, you do whatever just so you can get in past that door. I really do believe that if you choose the high road every time, that same opportunity is going to come to you, but it's going to be the way that you want it. And it's going to be given to you at the right time. That's what I believe. I just think I think the reason why some people don't get that second chance or third chance at the brass ring is because they give up. They get tired and they go, oh man, I had the opportunity right here. All I had to do was bang this girl and I didn't do it. Damn it. I just had to share and be in a room with people seeing me do this. And I said, no, damn it. I could have had that movie, man. Damn it. Right? And then the people go, that person just all of a sudden goes, I give up. I'm done. I'm not doing this stuff no more. And they pack up and they fly back to their hometowns, right? I do believe that, hey, you got that opportunity presented to you. You took the right choice. You at least are able to live with yourself for making that decision. And if you are as talented and as good, or if you work just as hard as you were doing beforehand, that opportunity is going to come to you again. I truly believe that. I just think people get tired and burnt out and they lose their way and they give up. So that's why I say, like, take the righteous path, take the scenic route. Like what he said, I agree. And trust me, the opportunity is going to present itself to you again, and it's going to be packaged in the most best way possible. It's going to be given to you like blap. It's exactly how you want it to be. No, you didn't have to sell your soul. No, you didn't have to drink the golden juice or whatever the hell they call it. Okay. You didn't have to do any of that. Now you get to do what you want in your way. And it was because you were patient and because you put in the damn work. Mimi, thank you so much for the 2. Since 2 minutes, he had to throw away a person in. I think you said I had to throw away a person in my life. Oh, I don't understand that one, but thank you. I don't know what that meant. Paul K, thank you so much for the 10 Australian. All right, thank you. Okay, hello from down under. SH has no color, creed, or gender. It all goes to powerful and powerless hugs to all who have experienced it. It all goes to powerful versus powerless hugs to all who have experienced it. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It is. It doesn't care. SH. Yeah, it's out here, and it didn't get anybody. Okay, and it happened to this guy apparently a lot. Misty Fisher, thank you so much for the 5. This man is fighting demons that have been on his back for years. Praying for him. Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure there's some regret in there somewhere to a certain extent, but he knows that he's saying, rest assured, I made the right choices every time. I never settled. I never backed down. I never just said, okay, fine. Dude was showing up with flowers and strawberries and champagne and all this stuff, trying to woo this guy. And he's like, where are you getting this vibe that I'm into this ish? No. And the guy turned around and said, you sure? Because you know for a fact he's a gatekeeper and could give him even more jobs, more gigs, bigger roles, more money if he just let him do what he wanted to do with Christian. That's scary. Mimi, thank you so much for the 95. I appreciate it. Leela, thank you so much for the 5. My thoughts exactly. I know I said something, sure, way later, but I do appreciate you agreeing with what I said earlier. Nikisha, thank you so much for the 20. Wow, thank you. Way to go, Pascal. Awesome catch. Yes, about the documentary. Come on, guys. Come on. I mean, we can agree to disagree on that, but I know for a fact he talking about T. He most definitely talking about TP. And I'm not talking about toilet paper. Misty, thank you so much for the 5. 1 + 1 = TP. And I don't mean to. Wow, that's really wow. I didn't read this until just now. I swear to God, that's funny. That we think alike, Misty. I mean, 2 allegedly. I'm trying to. I ain't trying to get sued. Yes. Yes. I agree. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Paul K, thank you so much for the 5 Australian. On a lighter note, can the Tin Man join Teddy on the couch? I'm sure they miss each other. LOL. Oh, wait. Okay. Can the Tin Man join Teddy on the couch? That's funny. That's funny. I don't have a Tin Man, but I appreciate it. I have a few nutcrackers back there. If you see him back there, you know. But I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. V Hannah, thank you so much for the 25. Thank you. Whoa. The Most High has laid heavy conviction on this man's heart. I lift him and all victims up in strength and power. May they find their peace. I place no judgment, but the Creator most certainly is. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, how you live your life is how you live your life. What he said is true. I agree with that. Live how you want to live. The only person that's going to judge me on how I live my life is God, right? Is that higher power when I pass on, when I cross over. So, hey, but at the same time, I say live your life in the most righteous way you can, in the best way you can, in the nicest way you can. Be good. Okay. Like I always say, be good to yourselves, be good to one another. You know, you just never know, you know, that might be the price of admission, you know, when we pass on. You just never know. Misty, thank you so much for the 10. Pray this man alerts folks if he disappears, ends up unalived, and claimed to be self-deletion. Yeah. I think this is one of the other reasons why he put this video out, not only just to vent and get the truth out here, or his version of the truth out here, but at the same time, like, hey, I think he's putting this out as protection. He's laying the groundwork early. He's planting that seed now because he, for a fact, he's already got things in motion. He's got a lot of stuff in motion. Pray he has trusted security because folks got money to make dangerous-ish happen to you. Absolutely. Let's not forget Diddy. He made a car go boom, boom on Kid Cudi. Let's not forget that too. Mimi, thank you so much for the 2. Let's go on Pascal's GoFundMe for the holidays. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my GoFundMe is still open for my holiday show that I'm still piecing together right now as we speak. Most likely we'll be doing a show or doing the event, the special late next week, just so that you guys know. So thank you. Go and check it out. Okay. And Black Widow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. And just like Black Widow, please hit that join button down below. Become a member of the family. That'll be greatly appreciated. Okay. But what say you guys? What are your thoughts on this? You know what I mean? How are you feeling about the information that has come out? I'm going to open up the phone lines. Okay. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Okay. 314-766-4581. It's going to be a brief one, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. How are you feeling about this? Do you believe him? Do you think it's all cap? Do you think is he telling the truth or no? Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think it's who he's alleging it is? He didn't say the name, but a lot of people are thinking it's somebody who's highly revered and highly loved, deeply loved out here in these streets. Okay. Especially in the Black community. My Lord. My Lord. So let me know your thoughts. It is time for a little bit of speak on it. Okay. But yeah, it's what he just said. There's a lot to digest. Long story short, it is a lot to digest. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Natasha, back at it again. What's on your mind? Speak on it. Oh, shoot. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. We are on the phone with Natasha. What's on? Can you say that all over again? What's on your mind? Speak on it. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Audio is off.
I'm calling in. That's okay. I'm Natasha. I'm calling in from Long Island, New York.
Okay, so what's on your mind? Speak on it. I'm sorry.
I was just saying it must be very hard for him to come forward, especially as a man. And he must be re-traumatized from all the stuff that's currently going on with the Cassie and Diddy thing. It must be re-traumatizing him, especially, things that are going on. It could be re-traumatizing him, not just for him, for all, victims. But it could be hard for him to come forward as a man. We don't really have a lot of men coming forward. And, we have come forward as a society being progressive with the whole Me Too moment. But, it's still hard for men to come forward and speak and speak their mind. They can still get pushed back into the media cycle. People can say, we don't believe you. People can say, oh, you're gay. So it's very difficult for men to come forward still. There's
Absolutely.
people out there in the media cycle who won't believe him. Public won't believe him. It's hard.
It is very hard. I will say this. Well, first off, guys, hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear her. Okay, everybody's saying people are saying I can hear her, but hit the number 1 just to make sure you guys can hear her. Okay, Natasha, that's on the phone. But I'll say this. I am sad because even Terry Crews, for example, he even mentions this in his video. He's like, Terry Crews said his stuff, but even Terry Crews was kind of ridiculed for just even saying like, hey, this happened to me too. Like somebody put his paws on me. I was not cool with it at all. And, that person should have seen some sort of criminal charge for what he did to me. But I felt scared And I didn't feel right not saying anything. You know, I didn't feel right saying anything at that time. But when this whole Me Too movement came out, it's like, okay, I feel a little bit emboldened to be able to speak out and talk, right? Now, what's interesting is he was ridiculed. People laughed at him, made him look like a damn fool for him being able to speak out. But I do think that someone like Christian being able to speak out and talk about this now, I'm hoping it starts that movement for the men as well. Not just, and don't get me wrong, I'm hoping it still emboldens women to step forward and speak. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of men that have dealt with trauma and these types of situations, but are way too scared because of what happened to Terry Crews, that they don't feel right to speak out. So I'm hoping that this opens that doorway, you know, and just we get a few more people speaking out, you know.
Yep, I think so. And I think it's also, we can't ignore the fact that these are Black men that are speaking out too, which is also hard as well.
Interesting.
We can't ignore that fact.
Interesting, isn't it? And the other thing too is, I mean, okay, with these allegations that are coming out, and we're looking at somebody right now. We're all like, he's alleging somebody, or he's alluding to somebody. Let's just say that. I'm wondering if this is allegedly, but and he didn't say names, but we're all going down the route of, oh, that's such and such. I'm wondering if there's going to be more people, more men, maybe women, stepping forward saying, oh, that man did that to me too. I'm waiting for that. Like, this could be the snowball effect, or that little pebble that just starts to avalanche, you know, of allegations from a bunch of other people. So I am very interested to see how this has an effect on other people, especially with who he's alleging did this to him.
Yes. Yeah, especially in that circle, because that circle, the niche is very people of color as well.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see how how people outside, not just in our culture, but outside the culture, take that on, if that would to go into that direction. Because sometimes in that aspect, the media can flip it, and you know how things go sometimes. But I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know you want to get to other callers. But
it's all good.
It was great talking to you again.
Thank you so much for the call. All right.
You too. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I do have to say, like, and I appreciate the call, Natasha. Thank you so much for calling in. But, you know, I do have to say, like, if this is real, that's another huge tycoon. That's a huge name. Just, man. Okay. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Infamous Truth Teller from Tucson, Arizona.
Hey, Infamous. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
I just think that it's good that he's gonna, hopefully it'll start like to break the silence, with men, because I believe that there's such a stigma with men don't speak about it, because men are supposed to be strong, like, quote unquote, supposed to be strong and, don't cry about it or whatever. So like, there's a lot of men that have experienced SA just as much as women. And I feel that hopefully that this will break that silence,
I hope so too. I mean, for me, I just hope that the men that step forward are telling truths. That's what I also care about, because I know that if it turns into that avalanche, it's going to be very hard for people to differentiate between the what is real and what is fake, what is somebody who's actually trying to get justice, and what's somebody who's out here just trying to scoop a bag. So I am concerned about that, because even with the Me Too movement, it did get messy, and I don't mean that in a bad. I don't mean that to be to be talking down at the movement, but it did get messy, because a lot of times people would sit back and go, "Wait a second, is that the truth?" Instead of just actually believing.
And that's what happened with the Me Too movement. Yeah, because there were some people that were, so then people were being doubted for their, for their truth.
Right. And so I'm
Yeah.
curious, like him stepping forward and saying this. Now it's a matter of if there are going to be more people speaking out against this said
Right.
person as well. You know,
Like, yeah, but you got to think about the mental, like the mental anguish or the turmoil, you know what I mean? Whatever, battle he's been battling, like within himself, and like you said that, Cassie gave him, like said, oh, well, she could break her silence, why can't I? But, when he also said, remember when somebody said pretty boy or something in his chat, and he goes, I bet you that was like a trigger for him. It seemed like it was a trigger.
It definitely triggered him. It definitely did. He was just like, I ain't no pretty boy. I'm 48 years old. I'm a grown ass man. Don't you ever call me that. Right. I'm blocking you. Bye. You know what I mean? And
right. And I think that made it more believable for me was the response. And I know it's sad but true, but it was more, you know what I mean? Not more believable, but I think it just solidified his story even more.
Yeah.
With the reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. It's we're going to see how it all transpires from this point on. It's getting crazier and crazier as we keep moving on.
Exactly. I sent you an email too. So,
okay.
I just wanted to let you know. Okay.
I'll take a look. Thank you so much.
Take care. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Kim from Georgia.
Hi, Kim from Georgia. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
All right. I came into this thing a little late.
It's all good.
So I'm going to have to go back and catch the replay. I'm going to start it over from the beginning after you all are done.
Sure.
But what prompted me to call is what you said about the Me Too movement.
Okay.
I think the Me Too movement was primarily to target certain people, among which was Harvey Weinstein, if I'm correct.
Right.
And what prompted me to want to say something about it is that when one of the previous callers said, it's interesting that these are black men, i.e. Terry Crews, who speak about certain people doing, not keeping their hands to themselves, etc.
Right.
It reminded me that the actress Lupita Nyong'o was also claimed that she was treated inappropriately by Mr. Weinstein, and nobody believed her.
You know what?
They believe the white actresses, no offense to them, we're not downgrading the white actresses who claimed that they were inappropriately touched and what have you by Mr. Weinstein. We're not downgrading them at all. But it's very interesting to me that the only black actress who spoke out about it was just simply dismissed and not believed.
Glossed over, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it was glossed over.
Totally glossed over, and I remember that. Same thing with Terry. Same thing with the Terry Crews situation. Yeah, it's just they scoffed at Terry Crews, basically trying to call him soft for talking about being essayed and all that. And it's like, wait, but those things did actually happen.
Did it in front of the man's wife.
Exactly.
My God.
There was an eyewitness right
there.
He
did it in front of his wife.
Yeah. And people still laughed at it.
No kind of respect. And he was, he was fodder for comedy, and he was laughed at and kind of dismissed. And it seems like to me the same thing happened with Lupita Nyong'o, when she claimed that she was inappropriately touched by Harvey Weinstein. Nobody seemed to believe her. It was just glossed over, and we were just on to the next thing.
Oh, yeah. It's focusing on other things. But yeah, you got a good point.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe this is the time for the Black Me Too movement. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is. Especially
maybe it's a shame that it has to be, that if it would have to be separated by race, because I don't think this behavior is race specific.
No,
I think that inappropriate behavior is inappropriate behavior, and you need to keep your damn hands to yourself, no matter what race you are.
Facts. Facts. I mean,
Yeah.
like one of the super chats said, I mean, it sees no race, it sees no color. It is SA or SH is exactly that. It doesn't matter. If it happened to you, it happened to you. It doesn't matter, you know,
It
being
doesn't matter.
whatever race
Right.
you are. So yeah.
Whatever the race you are or whatever race the perpetrator is, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But it seems that it does matter in actual real life, because you see how Lupita's claim was just, you know, glossed over and dismissed, and you see how Terry Crews was treated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And
I wonder
so there
if
needs to
it
be a
would
change.
matter if, one question I do have is that I wonder if it would matter if there were white actors who came out and said so-and-so did something to me or touched me inappropriately, etc., and not just black actors.
I think it would be the exact same situation. I think that, well, not the exact same situation, but I think it would be still a huge bombshell. I think, of course, it would still be the same reaction. I think things are different now than what it was back then during the Me Too movement. Then I think people are taking a lot of these stories now and trying to take care of them in the best way possible, depending on what the story is. Because I understand some stories have a lot of loopholes or you know, spark up a lot of question marks. But I think but I do think it's a different approach now. Given that we've already been here before, and I think people are trying to right how they reacted back in the day, if that makes any sense. So if Lupita was to step forward now, I think people would be taking her a lot more seriously now than back then.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, because she's a successful actress. You know, she's very talented.
Yes.
You know, she's a beautiful young woman. But folks still need to keep their hands to themselves.
Damn right. Keep your hands to yourselves.
Yes, sir. And if you don't be walking around naked and nobody else is walking around naked,
Facts.
You know, don't do that either.
Facts.
So it just seems like this is just a function. The fallout might be a function of race, but the behavior is not a function of race. You know, poor behavior is poor behavior, and people who are in power, who abuse their power, is not race specific.
Yes. Absolutely.
However, how victims are treated seems to be race specific based on this anecdotal evidence.
Anyway,
I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm going to go back and watch it from the beginning.
Please do.
And yeah. So thanks for hearing me out. Peace
Thank
to
you
the
so
Pascal
much.
family.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Jackson.
This is Mr. Jackson?
Calling from New Orleans. Yes.
What's on your mind? Speak on it.
I was calling to talk about this thing with Christian.
Yes. Tell me. What's on your mind?
This is not the first time, actually, that I've heard this about Tyler Perry. And I know that he's kind of alluding to Tyler Perry, especially when he brought up the documentary.
Absolutely.
That thing with the Tyler Perry has been circulating for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard it a couple of times. I've actually heard it before. Well, going on with Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever we're calling him nowadays. But I've heard that back and forth. Because, you know, he's from New Orleans, but I've heard that about Tyler. But, you know, with him doing the Madea thing, you know, with the dress and stuff like that. So he's had to address that a couple of times about him dressing as a woman and stuff like that. So, you know, that was because of him growing up and being around his mother and his grandmother, and him giving honor to the people, the women in his life who have raised him.
Right.
But, you know, so you kind of hate to see that another one of our heroes are being brought up into this situation of, you know, doing things that are not appropriate to people who they've helped come up and turn into success.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to see that this is going to be something that's going to be, you know, another Me Too movement. But it's not the first time that I've actually heard that Tyler was, and I hate to keep saying his name, but that when he did say the documentary, like he said it without saying it. And when he did that live, right before you came on, I saw it, and I was like, that was the giveaway point when he said, "No, I didn't see the documentary," and I was like, "Oh my God, he's talking about Tyler."
Yeah, he's talking about
and and he has been with him down through the years from the stage plays.
Long time.
And if you follow, the timeline, he's been there. And so now, what are we going to do? And remember last week when you were talking about Orlando Brown and Cat Williams?
Oh yeah,
those guys have been speaking out on the industry.
They have.
And you did say that you need a solid proof, like a Denzel or someone else, to come out to speak on it. Is this the person that we need to come out and speak on it? Because if you listen to Orlando, even though Orlando, I don't want to say is a little touched, but listen at what Orlando says. He speaks with good sense, and he tells the story. But even though he's been through his own problems, he tells the story of what's going on in Hollywood. He tells the story. And if we can remove ourselves from what he's been through personally and just have an open mind and listen to what he says, he's telling the story.
Right.
Look at what Terry Crews went through. We did laugh at Terry Crews because he's a muscular guy. So what's the first thing that we say? You should have been able to handle the person.
We should have been. He should have been.
You should have been able to handle
tear him apart, limb from limb, right?
And so, and then watching him say, when the guy told him on the line that you're a pretty boy, so that's what we all thought. Well, you're a pretty boy. So, you know, light-skinned brothers, they always get an extra because they're light-skinned brothers. So he's a pretty guy. So, okay, that's what you expect from a pretty boy.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of a two-way, you know, street with it. So what do we do with that information? And then somebody else is going to come, just like with Bill Cosby. Back in the 70s, everybody was doing drugs. So what do we do with that? And I know how you felt about the Bill Cosby because I watched you on the Benjamin Dixon show, and you know that kind of surprised me because in the 70s everybody was doing drugs, but when they came out, we didn't question anything.
Right.
I did because it was the 70s because everybody was doing drugs.
Right.
They knew Bill was married, but they still went back to the room with him.
Yeah, no, and I know that piece. I mean, that's a little bit of a you know, that's a different topic, obviously, but and I do get, like, I know that argument, you know what I mean? I know that piece. But you know, I say when it comes to that one, I mean, I don't know. There's just so much that's going on with that as far as the information. And sure, the 70s were the 70s. I get it. The 80s were the 80s and the 90s were the 90s, right? But you know, it's that one is just a very slippery slope, especially when it comes to just if he's in the right or if he was in the wrong or what crimes that were committed, so on and so forth. But back to this here, as far as the, you know, Tyler Perry stuff, or, you know, there being a past here with TP. I'm a bit shocked because, you know, I feel like I hear a lot of rumors about a lot of celebrities, you know what I mean? And I never heard anything. I've heard that maybe he was on the DL, but I never heard anything like this, like what we're hearing right here. I've never heard that. And that piece is a bit shocking, right? And I think that's why everybody is so shocked about that, right? So I'm wondering what it was. Like, was he SAing? Is that the rumor, or is it just the fact that maybe there's the rumor that he just likes men? You see what I'm saying?
I think I was hearing just the rumor that he likes men. So the SAing part, I've never heard that.
Okay.
It was never that far. It was just like he was the DL part. So I mean, you hear that a lot with a lot of them in
the industry,
Hollywood. So I mean,
Right.
you hear that about all of them. It's
Right.
the majority of half of Hollywood. Everybody's living the swinging life. I mean, just like with Will and Jada.
Yeah.
That you heard that about them having an open marriage even before they went to the red table. So that was no surprise when she kind of said that to me, honestly, because she said it on the red table talk. I mean, so it's just like almost everything goes in Hollywood, because it's almost like I've heard somebody say it's rumors about when men in Hollywood put on a red dress. That's how you know who's on the down low. I mean, and I'm not trying to be like a conspiracy theorist person, because I'm not.
No.
I mean, at night when I come home, when I get off of work, that's how I go to sleep, is jumping on Facebook and watching the latest who's going to do this and who's doing that. That's how I fall asleep, listening to other people talk about people's lives in Hollywood. So, I mean, that's just the rumor mill. And I don't, these people don't pay my bills. I just listen to other people talk about their lives.
Facts.
And it's all entertainment to me until something like this comes out.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think more and more information is going to start coming out. I mean, he basically is pushing that snowball off the side of that snowy mountain. And I guess we're going to see if it builds up or if it just stops. Because also I feel like it is a warning. Like, this video is a warning to him, to him or to them. Okay. Because he mentions a couple other incidents in that live that are more than just the alleged movie Hollywood tycoon. So I'm interested to see if those people are going to reach out to him, and then suddenly this video will be taken down, and then he won't say nothing anymore after this. So if he doesn't say anything after this, he got a nice settlement. That's what I think. But if we hear more, in the upcoming weeks, that means that person just said, "Hey, have at it. Go on. I didn't do nothing to you. So challenge accepted." So I'm interested to see what happens. But I do appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. All right.
You too, and you have a good day. And when you do that live, I'll be right there. So when you see "Hello everyone from New Orleans," that's me.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi. This is Tyler.
What's up, man? What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Yeah. All of this is just very, well, to be honest, it's shocking, but it's also not, if that makes sense.
Please explain
I don't
how
know.
it's not. How is it not shocking to you? Please.
I don't know. It's shocking as in, like, it's like a really well-known figure, and possibly. I mean, he didn't say it directly, but I feel like we all know who he's talking about. I would say it's like, in my opinion, like, it's not shocking in the way that that some people can just perpetuate this cycle of, I don't know if can I say it? I mean,
say it.
I'm not you, I guess.
Say it.
People can perpetuate the cycle of abuse while having previously lived it or been a victim of it themselves. And
that is very true.
I think if it happens to be the case that this is what Tyler Perry did, we don't even know if that is the case. But if it is, I'm not surprised about that. But
I see.
What I am surprised about is just how quickly this all came about, and how and that it happens to be him, and people who are seemingly highly respected in the industry, I mean, yes, you have people that are even highly respected that get criticism, and people saying, oh no, they're not that nice of like to deal with or whatever. But
Right.
but something like this is very very serious, and I think it's going to be another one of those big reckonings that we'll have to be dealing with for a while. I mean, obviously we know P. Diddy, like, and his antics, that's been known now for like weeks. But yeah, I think in general, as other callers were saying, like maybe this could be like a Black Me Too movement. Again, it's obviously bad behavior knows no color. And bad behavior is not colorblind, as I was saying in the chat earlier too. I just think that hopefully we're going to be getting like I guess our own kind of moments where we could say like, oh, like I really hope we can get those moments where we can say that justice will come for like all victims and not just women too. Like and you were saying earlier that men victims of abuse need to be heard and prioritized too. I think that's another message that we need to be spreading out here. And it's not to like delegitimize women, obviously, or anyone that goes through that. It's just people deserve to be heard regardless.
No, you're absolutely right. People need to be able to have a platform in which they can speak out if they are telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? I don't want. Okay. I mean, personally, I'm not interested in entertaining lies just for the sake of being on the platform. But of course, we can all agree on that. But one thing and
I respect that you try to find the truth in any way you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's for as much as we can get, right? I mean, of course, I want to, but of course, I think it's really important that. Because we do hear a lot of women stepping forward. Yes, I would. If it has happened to men or to some men, I would love for them to step forward and speak out. I think it's crucial because I think the tides are finally starting to change. I
hope so.
Well, I hope so too. I mean, I don't think it's yes, I get it. It can be emasculating to talk about something that has happened to you as a man, and all that. I get that piece. I do. But also, you don't want to continue that cycle going on. Like every man that's ever been SA'd by a particular monster, he's out here in these streets living his life and enjoying his life. He thinks he's untouchable. He thinks he's untouchable, so he continues doing the same thing to more and more men instead of him actually getting caught, so that they can stop that cycle of abuse out here in these streets.
Right.
And that's the problem.
And that's what I'm trying to get across here. Like we need to break the cycle.
Absolutely.
And we need like if you face this level of trauma and you face that in your life, you don't have to be defined by that experience, and you don't have to perpetuate it onto other people.
No doubt.
Especially people that have nothing to do with you, or haven't done anything wrong to you.
Yeah. No, I agree. Absolutely. But Tyler, thank you so much for calling in. I really do appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you. And thank you for this live.
Of course, man. Always. Yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Priscilla. I'm calling from Texas.
Your name is Priscilla? Or what did you say?
Yes, my name is Priscilla.
Okay, Priscilla. Calling in from Texas, right?
Yes,
All
Texas.
right. Texas. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Wow, I can't believe I'm up here. Okay, I just want to kind of say that I'm actually a sexual SA survivor myself, actually. And it's sad, but unfortunately, You know, even in my case, I was only 15, but, you know, the detective was like, oh, you just wanted it and all these things. So I can
What?
only imagine what it's like. Yes, I never got justice for my case.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
What?
It's all right. I got a lot of therapy and I got a book coming out.
Right on.
But I just, I work in mental health, actually. I work in mental health in the criminal justice system. And this is going to sound crazy, the number I'm about to put out, but I would say in my 10 years or so of doing it, about 95% of the clients I ever had have been SA. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend of the family, a guy the mother's talking to, a babysitter. And I have heard cases where males being SA by their babysitter. So I'm just calling to say that I'm glad that more people are listening to victims who are SA because there's so much trauma that they deal with for years and years to come that affects their relationship, their life, how they react to things. Of course, I remember you saying earlier, you know, there's other things that come about like PTSD and certain things. In this case, I believe it so far. You know, I want to, veer on the side of caution, but it's something about Tyler that I always felt uncomfortable about. Now, as a child, I didn't watch Medea and all that other stuff.
Of course.
But it's something that's been a little unsettling about me, and I don't watch him no more, actually. But I think people need to start listening to people who have been SA instead of just throwing it, to the side and saying that it's not true. Because sometimes individuals, and I had it at my job where someone did one time, sometimes people, when they are in higher power, they will try to do certain things because who is the HR department going to believe? They're going to believe you or the supervisor who's been working this position for so long. And I think that same analogy goes with, executive producers and billionaires for sure, because they have so much money that they really can shut a person up really quick or, unfortunately, of course, unalive. But I think him coming out is kind of like you were saying. I think he's trying to send a message like, here you go. What you going to do with it now?
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of this.
This is my move. So what's yours?
Exactly. That's what I feel. So I'm interested in seeing what happened. And honestly, I think in the year 2024, I think people are just tired. And I think people are trying to hey, I'm about to be in my truth. I'm tired of dealing with this. And I'm here for it. So hopefully we'll see what happens.
We are definitely in the age of the Aquarius. Let's keep it real. Okay. A long time ago, I brought a clairvoyant on and she explained the age of Aquarius. And she literally said a lot of truths will get unearthed during this era. People who hate their jobs, for example, will realize that the jobs that they're doing are not really their jobs. There'll be shifts in people's careers and lives and all that stuff. And we're starting to see that now even more. We saw Diddy, we're Will Smith and Jada. Now we're seeing this kind of stuff. It's absolutely crazy. But I mean, so when you hear this, I mean, are you believing what Christians is saying here or not?
So part of me is believing because one thing about Hollywood and even the music world or rappers or whatever, when it comes to that type of world entertainment, like you said, he's risking it all right now.
Yeah.
If he's telling the truth versus if he's not telling the truth, no matter what, he's going to be blackballed. Nobody's going to want to deal with him, make any movies with him. They don't want to trust him. Even the fact that he said he recorded, now some people might not trust him because of that. I'm like, hold on, are you, recording conversations now? Right. So I believe that he did because my thing is, what would he have? He has a lot to lose. I don't exactly know what he would have to gain because I feel like he said he doesn't want money. He doesn't really want to do a silver case. I am a little frustrated that he did wait for the statute of limitation, but as an essay person myself, I do know that trauma and you go through a period of shock, blaming yourself and grief. So I get when people don't do it in the limitation time.
Oh yeah.
But I just kind of I believe him, because if it is, if it is TP, I mean, that's about to shake the whole, like, the Black community, the culture, movies. That's about to shake up a lot of things. And, you know, he now has a huge production company with several I forgot how many
Oh, I mean, he has
yards.
the only Black owned, he has the first Black owned
Oh, wow.
studio lot ever. And, you know, and
Dang.
that is one hell of a thing to accomplish in his, and I'm not sitting here saying his career is short, but like, damn,
Yeah,
it's like what he's
that
done.
is.
He's gone leaps and bounds and is able to create shows and do what he does. And if it is really him, I'm absolutely shocked. And yes, it would absolutely
Yeah.
shake all of this straight down to the core. And I don't know how Black Hollywood is going to be able to come back from that if these allegations are, of course, true. You know, and then the other question I have on my mind is he, just him specifically, is he cancelable? Does that make sense?
You know, it's strange because
I don't know.
I don't know either, because I was going to get my groceries and everything, and I was listening to you, and those questions popped up. Like, I mean, if we had thought of the Diddy situation, did we think Diddy could get canceled? No, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think Diddy could, but I've been waiting for him to get canceled. Now, when it comes to Tyler Perry, if it is him, I don't know. He has so much money in production. Unless someone takes him for criminal, I don't know for sure. Because, you know, we had, you know, Mr. what's his name, Weinstein, was he's like executive producer or whatever too.
Oh, yeah.
It took a whole bunch of court proceedings for somebody to finally believe these individuals and stuff over time. So I don't know. Now, will a Black community cancel him if they find out this to be true?
Oh, they will.
I honestly think, yeah.
I mean,
you're gonna get
there's no coming back from this. I mean, if these things are true, like, let me be real. There's no. Okay, if the Black community said, but you make great movies, I would be shook if that ever happened. I really don't think that's ever going to happen. I think the Black community is going to react in the right way, and they're you know, his demographic who he sells to, if these things are true, again, I think it'll be in unison. Everybody will stand up in unison and walk out the theaters and be like, nah, we good, see you later, you know, and good luck, and you know.
Exactly. And that could be what cancels him, because there is a huge population of Black people watching this movie because they're Black actors and Black actresses.
Yes.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but like I've been telling everybody for years, be careful who you idolize. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors with these people.
Facts.
The only person you need to be idolizing is maybe your parents you're trying to be, or the person that you want to be, because we just don't know what Hollywood and these people these days.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, another thing I'm going to say it right now, and then I'm going to let you go. But
okay.
Well, first off, but I got two things. So number one, with what we were just talking about just now, we need more creators. We need more Black creators. We can't just lean on just one man. Now, I'm just saying that out loud. I'm not saying if he did this or not. I'm just saying in general, because here's the thing. If it is true, then the Black Hollywood is going to be hurting for work, hurting for content, hurting to have stories being told and all that. We'll be back to relying on white production houses to basically say, let's make another Color Purple. You know what I'm saying? So for me, in no disrespect, I'm excited about Color Purple. I'm sure it's going to be amazing and all that. But all I'm trying to say is like, oh, let's do our one quota Black movie every 5 years. And it's always about some slavery type ish. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, we need more Black creators that are out here making these dope movies and getting into these production houses. We can't only just have Tyler Perry with his only having his studio, which is still amazing. I would love to see it. It would be awesome to see it in person. But at the same time, there needs to be other studios that are run by Black people that are telling stories for Black people and the masses, of course, too. We can't rely on just one person. And now we're starting to see that there. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing this, that if this destroys this man, it destroys a large chunk of Black Hollywood. And that scares me as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. If he's a monster, I want him out. But it's scary to me that Black actors are going to be back in the breadline, struggling to find a gig again. And that scares me. The other piece I wanted to say is I just appreciate you calling in and telling us about your struggles and what you've gone through and all that. Now, I do got to ask you, I mean, is that person still around, or they gone? What's the story with that person who did what they did to you?
Well, unfortunately, I was 15 and I had a boyfriend at the time that invited me into this house. And honestly, I had that intuition. I learned as a woman to learn to listen to that from now on. And I said not to go in there, but I said to myself, my boyfriend wouldn't lead me somewhere. Now, this happened in the state of Virginia. Of course, I'm in Texas now. And me coming to Texas was another reason of why I left Virginia also. But basically, come to find out, I think it was a gang initiation. Because after everything happened and I did contact the police and everything, an investigation was done, they actually, the guy and the people in the house, they were actually gang members. I didn't know. So I actually had a gang hit on me. So they may still be around. I don't know about it. I don't go. If I go to Virginia home, it's this whole city that I don't even go to because my name got passed through several cities. They call it the 7 cities in Virginia. And I found out I had a hit on me from another friend actually told me that I had a hit on me to be killed. So they still may be around, but I would encourage any of your listeners, if you've ever been assay, go to therapy, go get some help for it. You don't always got to talk about it every single session, but a lot of the trauma we go through as individuals really reflecting how we go about life. So I would just encourage everybody to get the help that they need.
Well, I got to tell you, you're strong, you're brave. I appreciate you sharing your story with us in this brief phone call. But we,
no problem.
We definitely really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Priscilla. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting the good fight. Because I love that you're taking what happened and you're in that experience and you're trying to make good for other people. You're trying to reach out and trying to help others that are traumatized from the same thing. So I appreciate you doing your own version of Batman, That's dope.
Oh yes. And also real quick, I'm Purr in the comments by the way. If you ever see me liking the comment all the time. Yeah, I'm Purr.
Got you.
But thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. You stay blessed, all right?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. And that is the end of the Speak On This segment, guys. But I want to say, like, man, I love these phone calls. See, now I'm doing it. Now I'm the lead attorney now. Okay, I love these phone calls. Okay, like I don't know why I've been holding back on those for so long, but damn it, now I'm going to be using them a lot. Okay, I love hearing you guys' stories. I love hearing your thoughts on everything. I love the conversations that we have. They can be uplifting, they can be shocking, they can be funny as well. But it's always great having you guys call in and put in your 2 cents. Thank you guys so much for just coming in and chopping it up with me. It does really mean the world to me. Okay. Now with the rest of this, and I'm leave this up to you guys. I know you guys are commenting most of you guys are commenting in the family chat, but I ask you guys, pray tell. All right. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about this? Okay, what say you on this information? Do you think he is really talking about who we are all thinking right now, or no? Could he be talking about somebody completely different? I mean, I don't think so. In my personal opinion, I really don't think so. But hey, stranger things have happened. Okay, so I really appreciate you guys coming in, chopping it up with me. The more information, because this is now new, right? This is breaking news information as of the last, since this morning. Of course, we are going to be talking about this more if there's anything more on it. As more information drops, we will be talking about it. Trust and believe, we will be talking about it. Okay, guys? So once we get more information, I'll be on here to give you guys everything, spilling the tea or whatever. Okay. Yeah. No poll today, unfortunately. I'm not going to be doing a poll today, but because today the show is over now. Okay. But I do appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for all the phone calls. Okay. It really means a lot. That was a long live video, but there's a lot to dissect, and I feel like there's going to be more to dissect in the coming shows. When I get some more information, trust and believe we're going to be talking about it. Don't you worry about a thing. We're going to be talking about it, okay? But do me a favor, hit that like button down below before you head out, okay? That would really, really mean a lot to me. I'd love to see it go past. Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot of likes. Thank you, guys. Wow. Well, I'd love to see go past 700 likes, okay? A like don't cost a thing. If you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to hit that reaction button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. If you're watching on YouTube, crush that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, crush that follow button. Crush that follow button on my Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, okay? I have my other social medias where I'm posting a lot of other things as well. So please go and check those out. Follow me on my other social medias, The Pascal Show, one word, on TikTok and on Instagram. So please go share, check it out, and all that, okay? Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. That would be greatly appreciated. If you want to support the channel, by all means, hit that join button down below. Become a member. That would be dope. All right? Please and thank you. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Man, as more information comes out, we will be talking about it. Oh, trust and believe. This is insane. And I'm wondering if who he's alluding to is going to speak out or do something. Now everybody's going to be watching that particular person under a very, very, very big microscope. Okay. Just to see what he is about to do, because if he does something strange, we all know something's up. Okay. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much again. All right. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy your day. Do something positive. Shake all this bad juju off. Do something fun. Okay. Gotta go. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.